All right, my beautiful friends, here we are together again on this Sunday, September 13th, 2020, and this is my newest segment of Markets a Look Ahead. Let's talk. Let's try to make some sense of this sick thing that we are involved in. And really, I mean that. And I'm not just talking about the markets here. We are stuck in the most twisted period of time, I believe, sincerely, and I can tell you this from, my 55 years of existence. I've never seen anything like the current global environment. It's out of control. From every angle that you want to look at, this whole thing is just completely twisted. So with that said, let's try to put something together here. Let's start off with the markets. So we've watched this market pretty much go straight up for months. Over the last 2 weeks, not so much. Last 2 weeks, the market finished lower. Okay, what does that mean for the week starting tomorrow? Does that mean that we're going to rebound tomorrow? Can we drop lower? Well, both are distinct possibilities, but we're going to talk more about that in a moment here. If we again do a little research into understanding how markets work, we can get a better picture as to where stocks are going to go. Now again, and I've been covering this lately, if you sit there and you stare at the stock market all day long, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the one everyone loves, 30 companies, you got to be kidding me. Or if you want to look at the broader market, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, the Russell 2000, what kind of information are you getting? The stock market does not act independently. Okay, maybe this is another perspective I need to put this on for you. The stock market is solely dependent on what is occurring in the debt market. Now, you all know that if you've been following this blog. Now, they don't move in lockstep. For example, if the 10-year yield goes up, is it possible that stocks will fall under some pressure? Absolutely. But this correlation here is about 90% accurate. Over the long run, it's 100% accurate. Okay, so we got to also differentiate what we're talking about. Now, with that in mind, let's look back a little bit on the debt market. The 10-year yield is key. The 10-year yield is stuck in a relatively tight range. Now, we're not seeing anything dramatic go on here in the debt market. In other words, we're not seeing the 10-year yield drop precipitously. We're seeing it again stuck in a range. We got the dollar, which has been under pressure for a long time, also stuck in a range. So what does that tell us? What are we looking at when we're evaluating what the 10-year yield is doing and what the US dollar is doing? We're trying to see if the market is in fear mode or greed mode. Okay, the market runs off of two things. All right, fear and greed. Fear is stronger. Okay, let's also consider the fact that we are in September, and I covered this last month. Not a great month for the market. Neither is next month. Okay, volatility is what we can expect, and we've had that over the last 2 weeks. Like I said would happen. If you notice the way I'm trading, okay, if you are one of my lions or someone that subscribes to my newsletter, again, there is a link in the description of this video. I put out every single trade I am in. I put them out. I post it in real time. What I'm buying and how I am playing these things. So if you notice, over the past 2 weeks, what have I been doing? I've been very cautious. I've been jumping in and out of positions, pulling profits. I have one position open right now, and that is Walmart. Okay. Again, if you subscribe to my newsletter, you know exactly what this is. It's an option and what my strike price is and when it's expiring. Okay. Generally, I have 4, 5, 6 positions open and I'm holding them for a little bit. Not now. Again, especially over the last couple of weeks, because I foresee that there's going to be a lot of volatility. I want to get in and out of here. Despite noticing that there's no real panic at all in the debt market, no knee-jerk into the dollar. You understand? As a matter of fact, let's look at a couple of other assets that should be telling us something. You got cryptocurrencies under pressure, silver under pressure, gold under pressure. So generally, when you got a lot of fear in the market, you're going to see gold go higher, silver get bid up, and cryptocurrencies get bid higher as well. So the environment we are in, although volatile, is not telling me, and it should be telling you, there is no real fear in the market. So, again, what does this tell us? Greg Mannarino, at least, and you can make up your own mind here, remains a bull in this market. People, in case you don't know, maybe you're new here, all we are hearing about from the Federal Reserve, and we heard from the European Central Bank last week, is more easy money, suppressed rates indefinitely. Okay. This is massively stock market bullish. It's positive for the market. Now, why did stocks not finish higher last week? There were two major reasons here. Number one, the number one reason, well, actually, I don't know if it's number one. I think they're both equal. Okay, but there were two reasons here. One of these reasons was Congress can't get anything done. We have the worst loser Congress in the history of this country. They can't get anything done, period, the end. Wall Street, unlimited capital for Wall Street, okay? But for the American people, because we're in an emergency right now, they can't get anything done with regard to helping those that need some help here. That should tell you something. You are being culled, okay? This is a deliberate act. It's not the Democrats' fault. It's not the Republicans' fault. Actually, together, okay, there's one party. They want you gone. And this is what they're doing here. Again, we've watched what? 50% of small businesses here in the United States disappear forever. They're not coming back. They're setting up a scenario here again to bring us into that two-tier society I've been warning about for, well, I don't know, over an entire decade. So this is it's deliberate. They are deliberately not passing some kind of legislation or stimulus for the American people because they want you gone if you're a member of the middle class. Upper class, doing phenomenal, doing really, really well, and will continue to do well moving forward. The middle class is getting exterminated, and that's really the truth. The people at the lower rung, they've already been sucked dry. And these suppressed rates here, you know how much, do you have any idea how much cash or wealth has been stolen from the middle class or those who have a savings account over the past 10 years? Trillions. Trillions of dollars via the mechanism of suppressed rates has robbed the middle class blind. And they just don't get it. They don't see it. And then you got a president calling for lower rates, which would be phenomenal, right, for the middle class. No, it would destroy them even further. You can't make this stuff up if you tried. And then you got the rah, tremendous, fantastic. And that it doesn't matter who sits behind the Resolute desk. It's going to be the same thing. But it's so funny when you hear a politician talk about stuff like that. Oh, yeah, we need the Federal Reserve is behind the curve. They need to lower rates. We need to go to zero or lower than zero. Meanwhile, not one syllable, not one sentence out of the mouth of how it would help the American people, because it won't. It would destroy them even further. The culling of the middle class. That's all this is. A massive wealth transfer. Again, trillions of dollars have been stolen from the middle class or savers. Again, people at the lower rung, they don't have any money saved. The middle class, you generally have a savings account or an interest earning account. But suppressed rates have robbed trillions of dollars of wealth from the American people via suppressed rates, forcing a risk-on environment, creating a bubble in the stock market, unlike anything we've ever seen in the history of the world. Reinflated a housing bubble as well, and this is all going to correct the fair value. So the illusion of wealth is there, but believe me, for those of you that are smiling about your 401k plans, you're not going to be smiling in the future because you can't get out. more than likely you're locked in. And when this thing goes south, and it will, it's going to be a super meltdown. Like I spoke about, you are going to be left destitute beyond your wildest dreams. Beyond your wildest dreams. So you better have gold. You better have silver. You better have cryptocurrency. And I mean that. If you don't own these things, you're more done than you can possibly imagine. And it's really a shame. Only a fraction, I want you to think about this. Only a fraction of the population actually holds physical gold, physical silver, or even cryptocurrency. They're all in the dollar. They're all stuck in a dying asset. And they're maybe have a 401k plan that looks really inflated right now in a super bubble stock market, which is only going to go away at one particular time. And that wealth right there is going to be transferred from your reality or these people's reality to someone else's reality when this whole shit show just goes down. And it's going to. It is absolutely going to at one particular time. So again, let's look at this market over the past 2 weeks under pressure. Tomorrow, we'll see what they manage. They're already floating out a positive story with regard to the vaccine, okay? Apparently, AstraZeneca, they're resuming their trials after they abruptly stopped them because of an unexplained illness that was contracted via, I guess, participants of their trial for the COVID warp speed vaccine. That was the second reason why stocks did not finish higher last week. Number one was Congress can't get anything done because they're losers. And the second one was, guess what, everyone? Shocker! A warp speed vaccine may not be all it's cracked up to be. The market didn't like that. The market wants people injected with whatever is in that syringe, okay? You make up your mind as to what you believe is in that syringe. Me, I can promise you there is no way I'm getting this vaccine. No way on this earth. And I have a couple of friends that will help me enforce that. One is called Smith and the other one is Wesson. So my friends over there will definitely back me up. I will not be getting this COVID vaccine, whether it's mandatory or not. You feel free to make up your own mind. All right, look, people, long video. I think I covered a lot of important things here. I'm going to ask you to please share this video, get it out there, let people understand the dynamics here. And again, go to my website, traderschoice.net. Right here. I have a lovely chart there. It's for you. It demonstrates to you the relationship between the 10-year yield and the dollar on one side, what the stock market should do, and on the other side, conversely, 10-year yield dollar, what the stock market should do, with a 90% correlation, okay? And again, follow my newsletter. I will keep you on the right side of this market. People, look, I will never, never, never let you down. Never. Look at me. I'm out here on a Sunday, okay, doing a video for you because I think it's important. I think the information I put out is critical for people to understand the environment we are in. I write an article for the Trends Journal every single week for free. I don't get any money from this, okay? Although Gerald did offer to pay me, I said I'll do it for free. Why? Because I think it's important information for people to understand the twisted, sick, hideous environment we're in. It's only going to get much worse, much, much worse. And again, people, look, I'm going to say it for the gazillionth time. If you're a member of the middle class, I feel sorry for you. And you got to honestly think about what you can do for yourself and for your family right now, while you still maybe have some wealth, while you still maybe have a 401k plan that is looking pretty nice. Because I can promise you, it's going away at one time, and it's going away so fast, your head's going to spin around like The Exorcist. I'm out of here. Love you a lot. Share the video. See you in the morning.